Hey guys, so Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Combaticon Blastoff. That said, I did not know that space shuttles counted as military vehicles, but hey, what the heck do I know? That said, this guy is, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, and at the moment might be my favorite of these Combaticons. A, he's only a deluxe class, so he's a little cheaper, and B, I don't know, I just like his design. He looks really cool. I like the Combaticons in general. I like the fact they all rock the face plates and the cool kind of visor slash goggle look for the eyes, and that they all just pack some serious heat. Blastoff included. So why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Blastoff has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a couple of blasters. And that's actually all you get. You get the two blasters. You can put them in his hands, you can put them on his arms. That's all fine and dandy. His only other accessory, if you want to call it that, is this little tail fin here, which is a separate piece for some reason. I don't know why they didn't just put it on his leg and fold it up like that in a package, but it's put it on yourself and fold it down ordeal, and once that's on there, you really don't need to take it off like ever. It's kind of pointless. But as far as Blastoff goes, he looks really cool. He's got the faceplate there. His hands are a little funky. I don't care for those too much, but the rest of the robot mode looks pretty solid. And he even manages to get a little ankle rocker out of these very blocky feet. And he has Iron Man, like, repulsors on his feet, so he can go up, up, and away! And like Iron Giant, get blown to smithereens when he hits a meteorite. That got dark. But as far as his articulation goes, his head can look up and down a little bit. He can rotate side to side, that's all fine and dandy. His shoulders will go up. Back down, they rotate all the way around. He's got a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which gets you about 90, if not a little more. Swivel at the wrist, which again, a little weird looking. And like I said, you can have his blaster either in his hand or plugged into his forearm. It looks like that's going to be a tighter fit. It is. That's a little better, honestly. It's a little more streamlined. So you can do that. Or you could store them on his legs. But that's a little more streamlined. You can even flip it up. So you can just like chat with his buddies and not blast him in the face while he's talking to them. So he's got a waist twist, which is really tight. I would argue that's tighter than Brawl's I'm a little teapot joint. Hips will kick out, back down, kick forward, back. He's got a thigh cut, single jointed knee, which can get 90 degrees despite the big chunk of shuttle on the back. Again, is a shuttle a military vehicle? I don't think so, but what do I know? He does have a rocker in the foot. And I guess he's got like a little toe pivot there, but what are you going to use that for, really? So, that is Blastoff in a nutshell. He is cool. I dig him probably the most out of these Combaticons. And his transformation's pretty simple. It's not overly complicated. Doesn't need to be. You know, everyone wants these super complex transformations. I don't. I film videos, and I like to not take forever doing them, and the easier the transformation, the easier the video is for me to record. Sucker. So there is my 2 cents on that. If you like a challenge, I don't know, buy an expensive Transformer. I don't know how to tell you, but there you go. There's Blastoff. Looks great. Is he a brownish, purplish plane shuttle? It's cool. I dig him. Bringing in our 2 regulars, we have the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith right there, and the infamous Living Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and much like Combaticons Brawl and Vortex before him, Blastoff is another fine addition to the team, and another step closer to completing Bruticus. I think the only one left to pre-order now is Swindle, who will go up at some point, if he hasn't already. Kind of surprised that isn't a thing yet, considering Onslaught isn't due until, well, I'm going to say July. It says August on Big Bad Toy Store, but we all know how pre-orders work, don't we? They come in way before they're supposed to and cause a world of inconvenience for us as collectors. But hey, waiting sucks, so there is that silver lining. But as far as Blastoff goes, I think out of the Combaticons so far, he might be my favorite. I like Brawl, but I think I like Blastoff aesthetically a little bit more. That and he's cheaper, so he gets bonus points for that. So that being said, before we wrap this sucker up, why don't we get good old Blastoff here transformed and take a closer look at his vehicle mode. And as promised, here we have good old Blastoff in his space shuttle vehicle mode, which is odd because I didn't think space shuttles existed on military bases. Shouldn't he have been like a bomber plane or something? Either way, he's a space shuttle with shooty pew-pews stored on the underside there, which is cool. I dig that. I will say the cockpit doesn't exactly fold down flush on mine. It's sitting there for right now, so I guess that's whatever, but I might actually heat that up, see if that fares a little better. It's been sitting at the moment, but I don't know. I feel like if I mess with it too much, it will pop back out. One thing I forgot to do, I forgot to fold his feet back up. Because what you can do, and this is kind of cool, is you can fold the feet out and he can stand straight up like an actual shuttle. I like that. I think that's nifty. But when he's just kind of flying around, you don't want those folded out. Looks stupid. So underside, I mean, you can kind of tell there's a robot there. There's a lot of pig holes. I'm assuming that's for the Bruticus frame. But at any rate, that is, I almost said space case. What? Blastoff in a nutshell. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.